Hey everyone! Thanks for stopping by the Standards Weekly Check-In. I'm Colin. Behind the camera we got Heavy Metal Dylan.
What's up?
Today we're going to get into some staff picks, flip through some new arrivals and recently priced records, and address some viewer questions at the end of the video. As always, if you see anything you like, you can hit the DMs on Instagram, give the shop a ring, or just cruise by. We're open 11 to 8, 7 days a week. Dylan, tell the people what you're listening to.
Oh man, well I know last week we were talking about it being hot and, you know, nice R&B, nice soul.
Yeah.
But, you know, when something like this comes into the shop, I have to blast it nonstop. Got the Life of Agony demo.
Yeah.
Very user-friendly for customers.
They did 2 demos before River Runs Red.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really good. Like I like to see the final product. You know, I'm not like I know it's like a cliche, like demo only.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. But that's not me. That said, the demos are phenomenal. I mean, as to the quality of the music, I don't know. That's like, I'm not going to push Life of Agony on anyone who doesn't want it pushed on them. I enjoy it a lot. It's very like Biohazard, very like early Typo. Yeah, just I would say there is still some of that like 80s outburst raw deal in the mix to some extent, for those who have ears to hear. But yeah, I think it's really good. I'm neck deep, brother, in this Stones world. I just can't stop listening to the Rolling Stones. I don't understand it. I feel it's just my middle-aged white guy just manifesting. It happens like a time bomb or something. And yeah, this one's been kicking around for a while. I think I priced it a little high because this record's always demolished, and this is like a perfect copy with the insert in the shrink with the hype. So yeah, and I'll talk more on the flip through, shall I?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get into it then. I'm gonna come out to the world right now. I'm gonna admit something.
Go ahead.
I have blossomed into a full throttle Rolling Stones fan.
Nice. Are you a Stones over Beatles fan now?
There's never been a doubt. I've always been Stones over Beatles. But you know what I think?
Go ahead.
False dichotomy. I don't think it's Beatles versus Stones.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's either Beatles versus Beach Boys or Beatles versus Dylan. Dylan, I say, because of cultural relevance, you know?
Thank you.
Beatles, or Stones, I think, are kind of... It's just an unfair comparison.
Well, I think it's just because they're both UK.
Yeah, I get it. And they're both like the biggest or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really make sense because the Rolling Stones go on for so long. And the Beatles are like a blip.
Yeah, a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to get into like the extended universe stuff if you want to make it last. So I always hated that comparison. Seems like a very like, I don't know, like a 90s thing. You Beatles or Stones guy.
So Stones again too. Doors? No,
arguably, and I hesitate to bring this up because I'm just not a big fan, but I think The Who is a way more apt comparison. They keep on going, and they were both like, you know, that's more apples to apples, I would say. But I think that's also like no comparison in terms of just quality of music. But that's, I guess, personal taste. You could argue like or Stones versus Kinks, but you're kind of in the same boat there. But either way, Beatles is really not appropriate. That's like, you know, weird teeny bopper stuff. But no, you know what I think the question is? Brian Jones Rolling Stones or post Brian Jones Rolling Stones. That's the 1v1. You know about what's your relationship with the Rolling Stones?
It's not that deep, but that Brian Jones is the guitar player that died.
Yeah, and he had what do you call it? I think was brought in like a lot of the multi-instrumentalist stuff, like a sitar on Paint It Black. And
when does he pass?
He exits. Well, first they kick him out of the band.
Okay.
And then he immediately dies.
Okay.
In like 68, 69. So I want to say Beggar's Banquet is the last one with him. And if I'm not tripping, and I think Exile is their first one without him.
So they come out with a banger.
Yeah, and then I think they don't really stop. I don't know. All I'll say is 70s over 60s, and that's all I got for that. Controversial take or not, that's my take.
I don't know.
Viewer questions. This is the part of the video where we ask Sir the questions left in last week's YouTube comment section, leading off Mr. Stout, hitting us with a recommendation for the Boy Harsher record. So thank you, Mr. Stout. Mark Denzel hitting us with a crack me up, which hopefully is a response. I hope he's implying that we crack him up. Which, by the way, Dylan,
Yes.
you think I'm too proud to read compliments that people give me on the video? Sorely mistaken. I'll do it every time. So thank you for that one. Lastly, Jeffrey Francis was saying about the Bill Withers record, which I was recommending last week, which I believe must have sold, right? Was saying, Hope She'll Be Fine off of that record is like a prime breakup song. He was asking about other recommendations for breakup music. You have a soul. What do you think, Dylan?
Gonna go ahead and plug a record that we just got and talked about. Life of Agony, Depression, dude. That's a good song. You could probably go Alone Again Naturally by Gilbert Sullivan. You could probably go I Know You're Fucking Someone Else by Typo Negative, dude.
That's a good one.
But depends on how you take a heartbreak, I guess.
I think I've experienced. I remember specifically this experience in high school when I did not have a developed brain, which I think is when you're most susceptible to these kind of emotions. And the thing I really leaned into was 80s straight edge hardcore. I'm not even joking.
I know you're not.
I know I've done this bit before. I'll repeat it because it's true to my life experience. You listen to Uniform Choice, Screaming for Change. You listen to Youth of Today, Break Down the Walls. It is the only music with words where women are not mentioned. It's not like you're talking about like Typo or like this like kind of masculine music. It's all like F them or whatever.
Yeah.
Negative towards women. You listen to like lots of I guess all other music. There's some artists will have some love songs. Love you so much. Blah blah blah. Why you want to hear any of that? Listen to Uniform Choice, Screaming for Change. It's just lyrics about hanging out with your boys.
Yes.
Having a positive mindset, making tomorrow a brighter day. If I'm going through a breakup, I don't want to hear about love or romance. And all music at some point talks about love and romance. The only music, even you listen to like brutal death metal stuff, cut her up, blah, blah, blah. Like, don't fucking talk about it. I don't want to hear it.
What about Bad Brains then? Does that count?
Sailing On is their name go-to song, and it's about a girl. It doesn't help me hearing about it. I want to hear nothing about it.
Fair.
And if you want to hear music with words in it, at some point they're going to mention love, they're going to mention romance, they're going to mention partnership, unless you're listening to 80s straight edge hardcore, where the lyrics are about hanging out with your boys, being positive, making tomorrow a brighter day.
What about that one judge?
There's the One Judge song, and even when you get into the 90s, it gets a little emotional
pieces and stuff.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's like a completely
devoided.
Yeah, but Chain of Strength, not there.
Yeah, it's not there. Chain of Strength.
Instead, I don't think ever bothered.
No Youth of Today songs.
Actually, I think there's that song on their Last Savage about like how you shouldn't have sex.
Oh.
Which is cool. What is that one called?
I don't remember. This song where they
don't have sex. It's not cool.
Yeah.
You're gonna hurt each other's feelings. Knock it off. I think.
Knock it off.
Yeah, Knock It Off is I think the name of the song. I think No for an Answer has some shit. You're having sex and that's not cool.
Yeah.
That's I think they talk about like I think it was the AIDS crisis at the time. Something like that. Oh yeah. Fuck, the hardest line in any hardcore song ever. Casual sex is costing thousands of lives. Toughest shit ever. So cool. Maybe that one qualifies as being so like
Is that a heartbreak song?
No, it isn't, but it's still
I was like, are you counting these as songs?
No, it is an acknowledgement of that sphere existing, which is more than Uniform Choice give you, at least on Screaming for Change, and more than most of those bands will acknowledge. So I'm not saying it's 100% devoid, but compared to any other music with words, there you go. If you want other great romantic advice or have questions on anything else, leave a YouTube Use a comment in the YouTube comment section. We'll address them on air next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Peace. I don't want to hear it.